The toughest track on the progressive American flat track schedule proved to be just what the doctor ordered for the Esteson Yamaha team. They swept the night in the inaugural Mission Triple Challenge and got back to their winning ways. Tom Drain did what Tom Drain does at the Lima Half-Mile. Puts on a show and shows a roost. Can someone put a stop to the young Aussies' Ohio dominance? In the Mission SuperTwins class, Briar Bauman looked to have the win all tied up, but a mechanical problem left the two-time champion looking at the back of Dallas Daniels' bike. Will Daniels take the win again, or can Briar Bauman return to his winning ways? Find out next on Fox Sports 1.
Doubling down for the first time in Ohio for our first half-mile visit of the season for round 7. Hello everyone and welcome to the Progressive American Flat Track Lima doubleheader here at the Allen County Fairgrounds. Day 2 of our Lima doubleheader actually, and yesterday we had a brand new racing challenge, the Mission Triple Challenge. It was kind of like a mini battle in its own.
3 races head-to-head in each class. What I liked about it, you got to see the best riders. They weren't split up into separate heat races. They were in 3 races head-to-head 3 different times in both classes.
It brought out the ultimate test of body and machine yesterday, and we saw strengths and weaknesses on both ends.
Now let's take a look at highlights from yesterday's racing.
In the AFT Singles class, man, we had a dogfight between the 59 of Tom Drain and the 21 of Trevor Bruner. Both won a main event early. That set up for one heck of a round number 3.
It all came down to who was able to figure out the track the best, the fastest in that 3rd main event. Although they went back and forth for a second, ultimately, last year's winner, Tom Drain, was able to get it done again.
The Mission SuperTwins class, the cream rises to the top. Dallas Daniels, he won here last year. He was very fast last night. Then you got Briar Bauman out there on the Harley-Davidson that he's never ridden here before. A true test of machine and fitness, but it came down to the last race in that one as well.
Briar Bauman's had this trend where he's built all day long. In the 20-lap main event, he led for the majority of it. Dallas Daniels kept charging, was able to do what his teammate did as well. Double victory for Estenson Racing.
What tonight's going to prove is toughness. We've never had a doubleheader on this half-mile. It's going to be deep. It's going to take a lot of physicality.
Typically, always the second day you wake up after the Lima half-mile, you're sore. But this year, you've got to saddle up and do it again. So we're going to really see who's been doing the training and who's had the best recovery.
Reverting back to our normal racing format tonight, but guys, I'm just going to have to ask both of you to move on out of here right now. Move. Since 2022, when he showed up from Australia with an engine in a cooler, sporting the number 359 and finishing second, Tom Drain has always been a threat here at Lima. He's today's focus of our Dunlop rider profile.
Yeah, it definitely hurt. It was such a good year and just had them couple bad results, which really hurt us towards the end. And we were able to come out with the most wins of the year, which I was happy to get that, but still just that little bit I wish we could have got that championship. I want to make sure this year, like the little mistakes that I made, to fix up on some of them little things so that it's not as bad of it, like didn't come out as worse. Little things, like I feel with some of my racing, like instead of them seconds and thirds, more wins could have helped bring back as well. So just that little stuff and try to be better this year.
Now with more in the pits is Scotty Dubler.
Thanks, Christy. I'm down here in the pit area. I'm going to start over here with my pit walk with number 67, Davis Fisher. Davis, first of all, I want to say you put on one heck of a show last night up against the air fence. The bad thing is I didn't get to see it because we're watching the battle for the lead.
I know. We struggled throughout the whole day, but I found a line in the main event, which is right up at the hay bales, and I'm going to put a show on for the fans at least, and I actually had some speed up there.
Triple challenge is all done. Back to normal tonight. So what's the goal? Start early, start fast, or work your way faster as we go throughout the night?
Yeah, I mean, this is like the first race this season that we've really opened up the bikes, and the last time I've been on a cushion was last year, Lima. And so we're just learning things with the new KTM. And yeah, hopefully start fast today and work towards the front.
Now I got to know, how good are you on a one wheel?
We're pretty good. Had an incident last weekend racing a Harley, but
you were racing a Harley on your one wheel?
Yeah, from a stop sign.
Well, who won?
Fast. I don't know.
Who was in the lead until you crashed?
I hit the ground first, so
So you won. You won, yeah. Yeah, chicks dig scars.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's Davis Fisher in the Mission SuperTwins, number 67 on the KTM. Moving over here to a guy we haven't seen very much of this season so far, the Holly Hot Rod, Ben Lau on the 25. You're on your own Yamaha. Still got support from Relive Racing. How'd you feel yesterday in the Triple Challenge?
It was good. I mean, I enjoyed the new format. It was fun. It was a good change of things. I just couldn't figure myself out, to be honest.
So well, you haven't been racing a lot, and so you got to dust the cobwebs off.
I'm definitely rusty. I only rode Sonoya this year. I was going to ride Missouri when the rain out. But other than just a couple like little local races, I'm rusty. So it's just getting back in that swing of things, getting back in that intensity, those first couple laps and making moves. I went down first main event like lap 2, so it just kind of getting my groove back is the biggest thing.
So what about fitness? If you haven't been riding, it's going to be hot. It's the hardest track to ride because it's so physically demanding. What about that? Is that going to be a factor for you?
I'm not struggling super hard. I've still been doing my routine. I've been mountain biking a lot. You know, I go to work every day out in the sun, so like I'm pretty used to that. I ride my motorbike. It's just more of just like that mental, just like the getting in that mindset to just make the moves when you have to and just kind of get in that groove the full main event.
After this race, when are we going to see you again?
DeCoin, we're going to do pretty much everything else. Probably not Sturgis, but everything else will be at.
That is Ben Lau. He's also in the Mission SuperTwins class. He's on the number 25 on a Yamaha this year. And now we'll move over here to one of the Ohio boys right here. This guy flies. He loves the cushion. He's on the number 20 KTM in the Mission SuperTwins. Jared Vanderkoy, this is your home track.
I don't know who told you I like the cushions.
I did. I told myself that because I'm trying to wheel it into this guy so you can get on the podium. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, we've podiumed here before. I know.
See? See?
We could do it again. It's just, just trying to get on a good track today and, do better than we did last night.
It is going to be very deep. Is that better for you? Is that more in your wheelhouse, or did you like it better last night?
To be determined. I mean, it's just one of those. Everyone's got to race the same kind of tracks, so it's just we'll just figure it out and see how everything's working, how I'm gelling with it, and go from there.
Which bike are you riding? Do you have a favorite for the cushion tracks, or have you picked one yet, or do you just toss a coin?
We're gonna ride the one that starts up and goes up to staging. So.
Well, your mechanic over here, Travis Smith, said it's this one, so this must be the winning coin toss winner.
Yeah, hoping so. So we'll see. Like I said, we just got better from last night.
Oh, that's when they wash. That one's ready to go. That is Jared Vanderkoy, number 20 on the KTM, the Mission SuperTwins class. Let's go hear more about the racetrack and send it to my partner, Colby Carlisle.
Thanks, Scotty. Last night we saw a very abnormal Lima half-mile. It rained extremely hard on Thursday night. You would think that makes the track wetter. No, we can't do the normal prep that we would typically do. So what happened? It dried out, brushed off, and the riders were left with something that they had to search and try to figure out. And right after the main events last night, they went to work. They dug it up deeper than I've ever seen here. They've been putting water into the track all night long, so that we are going to have something that is more of a typical Lima half-mile throw and roost and getting it on.
Thanks, guys. When we come back, we're going to get to the action with the AFT Singles class.
The Progressive American Flat Track Series is being brought to you by Mission Foods. Mission Foods has you covered with race day recipes that are too fast, too tasty.
Welcome back to the Lima Half Mile presented by Drag Specialties. Let's take a look at the AFT Singles point standings coming into tonight. Tom Drain is your points leader with 107 points. Chase Sadoff is in second. Trevor Bruner had a good night last night. He is solidly in third. Santero fourth. Bruce Evans fifth. The rookie Tadman sixth. And Evan Ringshaw in seventh. Now in qualifying the AFT Singles, Tom Drain is the fastest, but how about Chad Coast going second quick on the First Impressions Husqvarna? He knows his way around the Lima half mile.
Even if you're faster than somebody, it's hard to get around them. Just you got to kind of change your line choice to kind of factor in where they're going, and then also getting sprayed with all that dirt. It slows you down, and vision comes into play. You gotta do whatever you can to get out front, and if you are out front, you got to do whatever you can to stay out front.
Another rider that had a good qualifying effort is Walker Porter. In his second pro race, he knows there's a few things he can work on.
My fitness going into the race, I need to work on that a lot and just start riding my bike a lot more. And I haven't really been on it too often. I've just been training outside my bike, like running and all that. But yeah, I need to be on the bike a lot more.
We're going back to the action from earlier tonight in the AFT Singles presented by Kicker Class. This is the start. Tom Drain up the inside, grabs the whole shot on the 59 bike.
Chase Sadoff comes off the corner in second place here. Roose Evans gives him a challenge, but it's going to be Tom Drain and Chase Sadoff for quite a while here. Walker Porter joins the party here on his rookie debut, but It's all going to be Tom Drain crossing the finish line, grabbing the win, and carrying on.
Just keep at it. I feel like I was chipping at it, getting better and better. I feel we can make some good improvements and come out swinging.
Heat race number 2 for our singles class. The whole shot goes to the 21, Trevor Bruner. Now it's Chad Coast around the outside, and there's our first glimpse at Terrence Santero in this one. Santero had the lead for a couple of moments. Chad Coast around the outside.
Yeah, Chad Coast carries the momentum around, and Trevor Bruner and Terrence Santero go at it for a while here. Terrence gets a faceful roost, has to pull a tear off, unravels a little bit. Terrence Santero ends up going down in this one right there. We're going to have a red flag restart in this one. Luckily, Terrence able to get up and all right.
And Selmy just about hits the motorcycle. They were all up, and they had the restart right now. It was Coast on the bottom. He pulls the front wheel. That's going to open up the door. Here comes the 21 of Bruner. Tadman gets into the mix of things on the 228. Off the final corner, it's going to be the 21. Trevor Bruner taking the win of heat race number 2 here at Lima.
Want to do it for the hometown crowd. Everybody's here that supports me locally down in Lawrenceburg, so see if we can make you guys proud.
Up next, it was your big Mike Turner challenge race, and right off the start, the 21, the chain breaks on his way to the racetrack.
Terrible feeling. They're not able to get any track time, but it's going to be the whole shot going to the 59 of Tom Drain carrying on with it.
Drain has this place figured out. This track is a lot like the tracks down in Australia. They call them big tracks down there. There goes the checkered flag. $2,500 to Tom Drain, picking up the big Mike Turner challenge race out here tonight and taking home that big check from Mike Turner. Let's get into our starting lineup for your AFT Singles presented by Kicker Class. On the pole, the 59 Tom Drain. Starting second will be the 21 of Trevor Bruner. Chase Sadoff will start third. Chad Coast is fourth. Walker Porter, Cage Tadman, Skylar Sintel, 3 of the rookies in that second row, along with Aiden Roos Evans on the 26 bike. Let's go trackside. Christy Lee with a pre-race report.
Thank you again, Scotty. Well, we've seen that Tom Drain has obviously not only been on fire in last night's racing, but definitely on fire in tonight's racing. So a real question is, how are these other riders going to try to compete with him and stop him from getting out front and taking that early lead? Also, you heard Brandon Robinson mention just a few minutes before how fresh and nice and wonderful this track was in its current condition. Now, I know they did 2 shootout 4-lap races just prior to this, but we have to see how that track's going to hold up during this entire singles race now, and if it's going to stay in that great condition. Guys?
Thanks, Christy. That's a very good point. The track is totally different than it was before our break for the sun to go down, and it is fast. It is racy. Here we go. AFT Singles presented by Kicker. Main event, night number 2 at Lima. 17 riders, 8 minutes plus 2 laps. Here comes Ryder Reese sneaking back out there. He got the thing started. We're going racing. The first yellow is on. One more yellow than the green. Clutches are out. We're racing on the pea gravel half mile. The 88 Sadoff grabbing the whole shot. That's what he told you that they needed to do.
Sadoff needed to get out front, whether it was him or Bruner, but this is the first time in a while that Tom Drain has been behind. Tom Drain's going to need to attack here immediately, but these guys have to do anything to stop him from getting out front.
And there he goes. He shoves his way up the inside. Drain to the lead. Here comes Sadoff. Now Walker Porter up there in the third spot. The rookie's in the third. Bruner in fourth.
The 100 of Walker Porter, we didn't talk about him before the race started in this main event, but he is on the gas from the bottom, but it is Chase Sadoff that is bringing the fight. But look at what Porter's doing, lower than anyone else right there off of 2.
Walker Porter making it work. He's up to second now in the number 100 Turner Racing Honda team. It is the Essence and Yamaha front. I did see him downshift going into turn number 3.
Is this the 100 that is going to be the guy to try to take down the 59 and Tom Drain? Walker Porter's going at it here.
Last night in main event number 2, it was the 21, the only one that beat the 59 of Drain all weekend. Walker Porter wants to be the second guy to do that.
Tom Drain just opening up a little bit of a gap like he's been doing. I mean, we're only 3 laps into this thing, and he's starting to set sail. Chase Sadoff not able to run down Tom Drain right now because he's having to deal with the 100 of Walker Porter.
And he goes up the inside. Chase Sadoff goes to second. That slides Walker Porter back to third. His teammate back there is Bruner in fourth. And fifth right now is Aiden Roos Evans.
Bruner doing anything he can to try to keep up with these guys. He's on his backup bike because of all the unfortunate circumstances that went on yesterday. These guys have had to deal with the heat, the track, and these bikes are worn down from it.
And the track is faster than it was earlier in the day. That might be a factor. Again, these guys are tired. They've been racing 2 days straight. The first ever doubleheader is right here at Lima this weekend. Now the Turner Hondas are going to be battling for third and fourth. Walker Porter with the advantage. Bruner coming up the inside. This is for third place. Trevor Bruner, who did get to run the challenge race, he goes by his teammate.
Yeah, and right now Chase Sadoff, will he be able to? This is a critical time for him. Is he going to be able to try to track down Tom Drain at all? 100 of Walker Porter. This is his first weekend racing professionally. Will he have the fitness to go the distance? There's so much to learn. Did he do the right preparation coming into this?
And as a rookie, do you remember to take a breath? You remember you got to get that oxygen going through your body. You don't want arm pump. You've got to stay relaxed.
And Walker Porter being up front in this situation, he's going to be more likely to forget to breathe because he's in a podium spot at his second ever professional race.
It sounds weird, but forgetting to breathe is a real thing in our sport, American flat track.
Yeah, and what's going to happen here, eventually he's going to look over at the clock, see where 5 minutes left to go and say, okay, I've got a long time to go. I got to breathe. And yeah, exactly like you'd seen it. Tom Drain is shifting, so he has switched up.
It almost looked like he downshift twice going into turn 1. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one downshift I would have to imagine, but Chase Sadoff doing a fine job right now of trying to keep up. Looking up at the board, though, he's about 2/10 of a lap off last time by.
The fastest lap of the race, though, has been Walker Porter. That was early on, a 2:5.874. Drain's fastest lap, a 2:5.885.
Tom Drain just setting sail just a little bit out front. Chase Sadoff now, most likely, unless something crazy happens, he's going to have to worry about fighting from the back, worrying about Trevor Bruner at Walker Porter trying to catch up.
Right now, I think Chase is looking ahead, watching, hoping they can catch some lap traffic because Drain is so far out in front. That is Sadoff in second.
The battle right now between the Turner Racing teammates, the veteran of Trevor Bruner, been in this class for a while, raced the Mission SuperTwins, now back to this one. Walker Porter just slightly falling off the back of the 21 here.
So Bruner's put himself into third. His teammate now is in fourth. That is the 21 of Bruner, the 100 of Walker Porter. That's third and fourth place. Drain out front by 1.5 seconds. Sadoff ahead by a little bit over 1 second. Back to this is the battle for third and fourth. There's the halfway flags. 4 minutes down, 4 minutes and 2 laps remaining here at Lima. Here's Tom Drain on cruise control. He's getting into some lap traffic here in just a moment. Will that slow him down enough to let Chase Sadoff close the gap?
Tom Drain's posture through the corner, just straight up, beautiful riding position, and the bike is just sliding across the bumps. One of the lightest riders out here at probably just about 120 pounds. Got a big gap back to the 88 of Chase Sadoff.
3.5 seconds back from your leader to Chase Sadoff in second. Bruner's in third. They've kind of stabilized each other.
And look who we're missing back in 17th place, the 75, Terrence Santero. Something has gone on there. He is down 5-6 laps on our timing and scoring sheet, so he is out of this one.
That is a tough break for the guy who finished second here last night. Let's go back to this battle. There's the 228, Tadman in fourth. Here comes now Bruce Evans, and there's Walker Porter. So Tadman picking them off one at a time.
Yeah, Walker Porter lost those top 3 riders. Those guys are all more experienced than him. Now he's seeing a rookie go by him, and he's like, man, this should not be happening. I do not want to let Tadman beat me.
Well, these two race each other at the Flat Track Grand Championships every year, of course. One from the middle of the United States, one from the West Coast. Tadman out there from California. Walker Porter from the other side in Alabama. And they only met a handful of times as amateurs.
Yeah, I think Walker Porter's just running too high through 1 and 2 there. He's got a better line through 3 and 4, but Tadman's low. He comes in high, cuts across low. Porter is putting in the work, though. He has gotten a second wind here as Tadman passed him.
And here comes the 26, Bruce Evans. He's gathered things. He's watched these two who got in front of him. He's going back after him. He's got more experience. He might have more stamina.
Yeah, Porter's not giving up on this one, but Bruce Evans trying to get back underneath Tadman. Tadman, all 3 of these riders know there's just a handful left. They've seen the clock. We're about to hit zeros.
It's about to expire. We'll be shown the 2 lap to go signal here real soon. This is the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Tadman, Bruce Evans, Walker Porter. 1 mile remaining. The 2 lap signal's coming out. No, he must have got there before it expired, so we're going to have 2 laps by next time by.
Yeah, Drain's 12 seconds up the road from these 3. Tadman's been able to open up a little bit of a gap here, which is some breathing room that he needed. Now Walker Porter, will he be able to do anything with the 26 of Bruce Evans?
There's the 2 lap signal from Big P, our flagman. Here is the battle. It's Drain out front, Sadoff in second. Bruner closing in on Sadoff, looking for that second position.
Bruner running 0.2 of a second faster last lap than Chase Sadoff. He's closing the gap quickly, but 2 laps to go. These guys are worn down at this point. Let's see, this is going to be a pure battle of fitness between Bruner and Sadoff.
The white flag is waiting for the 59. Here he comes from Forbes, Australia. This is where he made his debut at American Flat Track just a couple of seasons ago. He has been on cruise control this entire race. It's Tom Drain down the back straightaway for the final time.
Tom Drain has been phenomenal all weekend. That bike has been working so perfectly, and here he goes into 3 for the final time.
The number 59, Estinson Racing, Monster Energy, Yamaha. Off of turn number 4. Night number 2, a repeat of the first night. Tom Drain wins at Lima. Huge victory for the 59. The rest of the riders coming across the line right now. There's Tom Drain. He's pumped up. Let's take a look at the results of the AFT Singles main event. The Yamaha mounted number 59 takes the win by 5.4 seconds. Tom Drain, your winner. Chase Sadoff is second. Trevor Bruner, the 21, finishes up third. Cage Tadman, the rookie, is fourth. Walker Porter, another rookie, is fifth. Aiden Roos, Evans, Evan Renshaw, Braden Fanders, Ryder Reese in his first main event gets ninth, and Skylar Sintel, also another rookie in this class, rounds out your top 10.
All right, Tom, I feel like I've talked to you quite a bit this weekend on this podium. Lots of race winning for you, which is what everyone wants. Tell us about that race.
Yeah, that was a really good race. I just put my head down from the very start. Knew I had the pace to do it. I just had to, as soon as I could brake and get away fast as I could. Just didn't want to get in any battles. Get out front, have my clear air, and pull away. So couldn't have done it without my whole Estinson Racing, Monster Energy Yamaha team. Without them, wouldn't have been possible. And big thanks to all the fans coming out. It was a great event. One of my best ever Limas, 2 in a row.
It looks like you really found your groove this weekend. How will that set the tone moving forward for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, so keep that confidence going forwards. Hopefully come out to coin swinging, and hopefully we can make it a good year. We've got 2 wins on the board now. Can't be any happier.
Congrats again to our race winner of AFT Singles. Give it up for the number 59 of Tom Drain.
What an impressive ride. 2 for 2 here this weekend. Here's a look at the start. It was Sadoff. Did a good shot off the line. Tom Drain slides right there into second place. Bruner was in third for a moment, but down the back straightaway, it was a pass for the lead, and then Drain takes over. Look, the Honda's hanging tough, second, third, and fourth early on.
Just there on the podium, he knew he needed to get away. He didn't want to get in any scraps with these guys, but it didn't matter. Ended up winning this thing by over 5 seconds.
Tom Drain has Lima Half-Mile figured out again. It's a track close to what they have down in Australia. Let's go down to the victory podium for a second place interview. Here's Christy Lee.
Chase Sadoff, we got a chance to visit up on the podium last night as well. You were not as happy with your results, even though you managed a podium. You worked hard to make up some lost time to try to move up into this second position and maybe even that win.
Yeah, man. Me and my whole team worked our butts off today. We went out for the Dash for Cash and tried a new gearing on the bike, and I think we got a little false sense of hope going into it just because the track was so perfect. And yeah, I think we made a little mistake with that, but yeah, Tom was on fire today, and full credit to him. He's always good here, and he's a hard one to catch, but I work my butt off and sure try to keep up with him. I really appreciate everybody, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
A lot of support tonight for your second place finisher. Give it up once again for the number 88 of Chase Sadoff.
Let's take a look at our point standings after tonight. Tom Drain with his first and second win of the season right here at Lima stretches out the points lead over Chase Sadoff. Trevor Bruner still in third. Santero, a bad night tonight, but he remains in fourth. And the rookie, Cage Tadman, rounding out your top 5. Then Roos Evans, Renshaw, Braden Fanders, Jared Lowe, and Cody Kopp, who's not racing with us, still in the top 10.
Trevor, lots of work to do out there with lots of tight competition. Tell us about your race.
Man, had to dig deep for that one. You know, we fought through some adversity this weekend. Bet I don't have to tell you guys that, but yeah, we did what we could with what we had, and I'm super proud of my whole Turner Flat Track Racing Honda team for getting me dialed in. I mean, that was nothing short of a miracle to really get us back going, not 1, not 2, but 3 times. And I just really couldn't be happy with them. I just want to thank Turner Flat Track Racing, Honda, Progressive, Mission Foods, Castrol, Vortex EK, Roof Systems, United Rentals, Cortec Leathers, CD Boots, 100%, Scott Link at Helmet House, you're the man, dude. You know, my parents for all the support throughout the years, and thank you to all you fans for cheering so loud we could hear you over the bikes, man. It was awesome. So thank you guys again.
Congrats yet again, guys. Long weekend, lots of hard work went into these races.
One more race to go here at the Lima Half-Mile. Welcome back to the Lima Half-Mile. One of the neat things about coming here is you get to see former racer Jared Meese in promoter mode, running around here, taking care of business. Earlier today, Christy Lee caught up with the multi-time champ about putting on this event.
So you've transitioned from full-time racer, full-time champion, to now full-time promoter. What's that like for you?
I mean, it's different. I mean, do I miss it? You know, I've got a lot of people through the crowd over the weekend is like, do you miss it? Do you miss it? I mean, you're always going to miss, you know, standing on this podium and winning the Lima Half-Mile or the Springfield Mile, right? But, you know, I retired on a really high note and accomplished a lot in my career and very happy with what I did. So for me, it feels good.
Colby, you didn't want to go into promoting when you retired?
No, that's not for me. But a guy like Jared Meese, a racer, he knows what us racers want. And when you deliver something like that, it makes a perfect package for the fans.
Looking at the storylines from qualifying in the Mission SuperTwins, Brandon Robinson is third fast. He's won here twice. He knows what it takes to win at the Lima Half-Mile.
Man, it suits my style. My right wrist likes to really twist the throttle these days. You know, it's weird. I'm an older guy. Typically, you kind of slow down and you kind of lose that cushion prowess. And I think I got a little bit more aggressive as I gotten older. So I don't know what switch flipped in my head, but it did. And I love Lima, and it's awesome to be out here.
Another rider making strides this year is the Royal Enfield Maxwell, qualifies in 6th place.
Yeah, for sure. It all started in Ventura. You know, we got a couple of good races under our belt in the California swing, and we're starting to figure it out and, you know, get closer and what I like and what I need, and I think it's definitely showing off.
Let's take a look at the Mission SuperTwins points coming into tonight's race. Briar Bauman in the lead by 6 points over Dallas Daniels. Robinson in 3rd, Fisher a very tight 4th, and Vanderkoy in 5th. Maxwell, who had an excellent night last night, he's 6th, and the Suzuki rider Dan Bromley currently 7th. Let's take a look at the action for the Mission SuperTwins class from earlier tonight. This is heat race number 1. Robinson up the middle, grabs the whole shot. Here comes Dallas Daniels on the 32 bike.
Robinson was able to lead him through 1 and 2. Bromley tried the high line, but it's going to be the 32 of Dallas Daniels taking over the lead. But Brandon Robinson keeps fighting for it through this one.
That is Harley-Davidson versus Yamaha. Dallas Daniels looked good early on in the night. He was fast time, and it goes off and takes the advantage and wins heat race number 1 in our Mission SuperTwins class.
I feel like even though I fast qualified, I wasn't exactly super comfortable, and we made a pretty big step there. So we're going to try to make another one for the dash.
Mission SuperTwins heat race number 2. Briar Bauman on the bottom gets a pretty good shot. So does Maxwell on the 18 Royal Enfield. Here comes Vanderkoy in the middle. They were trying to go 3 wide early. It is Briar. It is Maxwell.
And Maxwell keeps it on around the outside, but him and Vanderkoy go back and forth throughout this one. But Briar Bauman all the way out front by himself.
The Harley-Davidson will win heat race number 2. It is Briar Bauman on the number 3, your winner.
This track gets so treacherous in the main event. Your arms start to swell up. You start to run out of oxygen in the lungs, and you kind of have to look around and see what's going to be there later in the day. So.
Up next with a Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge race off the start. The 44 from the 3rd starting spot. He goes to the high line. Dallas Daniels on the bottom of the racetrack. The 44 had something to prove. He called this to you last night.
The 44 kept it on around the outside and picks up the win. Called it last night when I was on my way out. Brandon Robinson absolutely doing what he needed to do.
Let's get into your Mission AFT SuperTwins starting lineup. On the poles, the 32 of Dallas Daniels. Starting 2nd is the 3 of Briar Bauman. Your challenge winner, the 44 Brandon Robinson, will start 3rd. And last on the front row is the 18 of Maxwell. Row 2, the 62 of Dan Bromley. The 20 bike from Ohio is Jared Vanderkoy. Declan Bender on his new ride will start 7th. And James Ott rounding out row number 2. When we come back, 1 race left. Your Mission SuperTwins main event. Welcome back to the Lima Half-Mile presented by Drag Specialties. The 10-second board is up. It is race time here at the Lima Half-Mile presented by Drag Specialties. Mission AFT SuperTwins. 10 minutes plus 2 laps. The bikes go into gear. The RPMs come up. The light is green. We are racing here at the Allen County Fairgrounds. Daniels on the bottom. Maxwell starting position number 2. Leads him into turn number 1, but it's Daniels at the bottom of the track. Here comes Breyer squaring up the corner.
It's going to be a drag race down the back straightaway. 3 wide from our contenders. Here we go. Who is going to take the advantage into 3? It is going to be the number 3, Breyer Bauman. Dallas Daniels goes straight to the bottom trying to get by. Maxwell makes a little bit of a bobble.
Maxwell slides back a little bit, so it's Breyer out front. Here comes the Robinson in second. Harley-Davidson 1 and 2. Yamaha in third. Look who's charging up there. That is Declan Bender.
Up to 4th place. We saw how good he was yesterday. Got up to 4th in that main event. But right now it is the Harley-Davidson's mono and mono down the back straightaway.
The Yamaha Dallas Daniels. Now Robinson sneaks a peek up the inside, making the slide job, taking over the lead. Breyer squares up the corner, coming back on the inside.
Brandon Robinson said he had the sprint speed. He's been able to do this yesterday. Will he be able to do this for the next 9 minutes?
It is Breyer Bauman out in front. Robinson right there in second. Dallas Daniels, maybe he's sitting back just watching what's unfolding.
These guys cannot get into a scuffle between Breyer Bauman and Brandon Robinson. That would allow Dallas Daniels into this. But Scotty, this is what we saw in the Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. Dallas Daniels fell off the back of these two's pace.
Harley-Davidson's 1 and 2 with Breyer Bauman in the lead. Robinson in second. Daniels is third, and Declan Bender in fourth. Jared Vandecoy, the Ohio rider, up there in fifth.
Right now, Breyer Bauman just did a lap time half a second faster than Dallas Daniels. Dallas Daniels does not have the pace of these top 2 right now. Did they make a bad bike adjustment?
Or are they waiting for the track to come to them? It's Breyer Bauman squaring up the corner down here in 3 and 4. Breyer will lead him off of 4. A lot of roost on the front of the 44 bike. He needs to somehow get out of the roost of that 3 bike and try to put in some consistent laps and close the gap back onto the 3.
We saw this yesterday. Breyer Bauman opened up about a half a second to a second gap over Dallas Daniels. Unfortunately, a mechanical issue came into play. Breyer Bauman charging out front right now. Brandon Robinson slowly falling off the back.
Under 8 minutes to go, so 2 minutes have expired so far. It's Breyer Bauman coming off of turn number 4. Way at the bottom of the racetrack is Breyer Bauman on the Rick Ware Racing Harley-Davidson. You got Brandon Robinson. Here comes the battle back here for the 4th and 5th position. Declan Bender on the 70, holding off the veteran number 20, Jared Vandecoy. Vandecoy goes up to the high side. Declan just got on this motorcycle for the first time ever yesterday.
Declan Bender riding absolutely phenomenal here, getting on his second Mission SuperTwins race of the year, racing against a veteran of Jared Vandecoy.
And looking really strong out here. Brandon Price was on that ride earlier. Now it has been handed over to the 70 bike of Declan Bender. That is the battle for 4th, as there goes Vandecoy, high, wide, and handsome.
Yeah, too high there, not able to turn down the corner. And that is Dallas Daniels has caught up to Brandon Robinson and passed him. Now Dallas Daniels up to 2nd place.
And Daniels' brake rotor is glowing red. I don't see that very often on the Yamaha.
No, what that means is Dallas Daniels is using that as traction control in a way. Not only does it help him go forward, but it stabilizes the chassis through the corners. It will allow the bike to be more smooth over those bumps. He has a dual disc rotor, so it should not overheat and will not go away.
So we'll keep an eye on that. That's the 32 of Dallas Daniels, who's moved into 2nd place. Right now, Breyer Bauman is setting the pace, and it is pouring right now. 1.8 seconds ahead of Dallas Daniels last time by. We've had 6 rounds so far this season. Both of these 2 riders have won 3 apiece.
This is the first time I've really seen this bike not work absolutely perfect. Earlier on in the day, he was able to get things straight up on the middle of the tire and shoot off of it.
Here comes the G&G Yamaha of James Ott. He's going after the 20 bike of Vandecoy. Ott on the 19, charging towards the front. The front wheel comes up, coming off at turn number 2.
Eventually, this is going to come into a battle of fitness, but how about that guy right there, Dan Bromley? We saw him so strong yesterday in 4th place, starting to make his way to the front here in 7th in this one, but Vandecoy, James Ott, and Declan Bender all battling over 4th.
5 minutes down, 5 minutes to go, the halfway. The cross flags are out. They've all seen it now. They know. They're watching the clock. They've now seen the halfway flags. It's Briar Bauman. The lead shrunk a little bit to 1.8. It was over 2 seconds a moment ago.
Only 0.03 of a second difference between Briar Bauman and Dallas Daniels last time. These guys are matching pace, but did Dallas take too long to get going in this one?
He's getting it figured out, but you know, you got a long race. It's 10 minutes. Maybe he's pacing himself. There's Van de Kooi on the 20 bike. He is now currently 5th. He's got company coming. James Ott on the G&G Racing Yamaha is working his way towards the front. This is his first season in our Mission SuperTwins class.
James Ott trying to get by Jared Van der Kooi, but here's a look at Briar Bauman still holding strong. Let's see what the gap goes to now. 0.3 of a second. Dallas Daniels is closing in. Briar Bauman slows down 0.3 last lap.
Is it Briar slowing down? Is it Dallas gaining speed? There's lap riders just ahead. That could be a factor in just a few moments.
No, Briar Bauman slowing down ever so slightly. Takes a look over the shoulder. Are we having some sort of an issue that we had yesterday, because he's back to a 27-second lap time?
Yesterday, the motor ran strong all day. He had clutch issues in that main event. Doesn't look like he's got clutch issues just yet. Briar Bauman continues to lead on the Rick Ware Racing Harley-Davidson.
Okay, no, it's stabilized a little bit. Dallas Daniels ends up going back to a 27.2, so the track is drying out. Briar Bauman's going to have to navigate lap traffic here in about 5 laps or less. These guys are coming up on him.
You can now see Dallas Daniels in the shot. So Briar Bauman, the lap is getting a little bit smaller, reaches up and grabs the tear off. Last time by was 1.4, now it's 1.1.
Yeah, Dallas Daniels dips back into the 26. Dallas has the advantage here, being able to see where Briar's riding. Using his lines, he can see if they're working, catching up to him.
And it's always easier to run second to judge off of the leader. Briar goes in at the edge of the cushion. Dallas has somebody to go after.
I believe Dallas Daniels' brake rotor stopped blowing. Now I don't think he's using it quite as much. The gap is still maintaining about the same. These guys, Dallas will catch up ever so slightly, but then the next lap maintain the same as Briar Bauman. I think Briar Bauman's just not able to know exactly where he needs to be.
Well, you're searching around. You're trying to find the fastest way. You have no idea if you're going faster or slower other than what it feels like from the seat of your pants.
Yeah, Briar Bauman keeps going up the racetrack higher and higher and squaring off the corner. I believe Dallas Daniels is going high and sticking high off of the corner, not choosing to cut down like Briar is. But Dallas sees all this. Dallas is able to read what Briar's doing and decide, do I want to do that or not?
Down the back straightaway, it's the 3-bike. Briar Bauman, Dallas Daniels in second, Brandon Robinson way back there in third, Bender still in fourth, Van de Kooi, Ott, Bromley, Trent Lowe, Maxwell, and Ben Lau, your top 10.
Briar Bauman electing to keep looking over his shoulder ever so slightly. I like that decision. He's able to see, okay, this line is keeping Dallas at bay, but Dallas just cuts off 0.3 right there.
You just saw how rough it was for Briar going into one. Hit every single one of those bumps going into one. Dallas on the prowl. Here comes the 32. 1.1 second between first and second. We're going back to the battle for fourth. Here comes Declan Bender on the 70 bike. It's a battle for third. Bender's in fourth. He wants third.
Declan Bender going for his best ever finish right here, going after the 44. Brandon Robinson looking for a podium position.
A good move. When the seat came open, they hired the 70 bike to fill the void. Declan Bender from Cooksville, Illinois, drops to the bottom of the racetrack. He's trying to go for third place on the 70 bike.
The fitness is coming into play now. We've been going through this thing for 9 minutes. Declan Bender's looking to take a shot right here up the inside into 3. He's just got to pass him through the middle, but Declan not able to do it there. These guys are starting to wear down just so bit.
Well, maybe he's not running the lines he used to catch up to him because Robinson's in the premier line. The 70 bike trying to look for a different way around. I believe the 44 now knows that the 70's coming.
Yeah, and you can see the body language there at Declan Bender. You can definitely tell these guys are wearing down. Just elbows are down, laying up just a little bit into the corner. But here we go, the pass for third place in the podium spot.
Bender sends it up the inside on the Yamaha. The Harley-Davidson stuck on the outside right now. Bender at the bottom looking for third off of turn number 4.
And Declan Bender started 7th in this one from the back row, got up to 4th relatively fast. Now he's tracked down the 44. Brandon Robinson does not want to lose this podium spot. Big point implications for the championship.
Yeah, he wants to keep his championship hopes alive. Declan Bender hasn't been racing the entire season. He just wants to get his first ever podium. That's what it means to these two riders.
Yeah, Declan Bender makes another attempt at the pass. He will get by him here in the center. Will Brandon Robinson get the run around the outside? He does. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Advantage Declan Bender going into the corner, but no, the veteran Brandon Robinson holds it on.
And Bender drops to the bottom of the racetrack. Again, this is the battle for third and fourth. The 44 has it, the 70 wants it. Off of turn number 2 onto the back chute. Here comes, we'll go back up to the leader. There's Briar Bauman. You can now see Dallas Daniels 0.7 seconds last time by. 2 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, here at Lima. The 3-bike has it. The 32 closing the gap with a lap and a half remaining.
Arms are heavy. These guys are absolute will. Everything they have. Briar Bauman through 3 and 4. A lap and a quarter to go. Briar Bauman, a little bit of a bobble right there. Bike moves around a little bit. Dallas Daniels closer than he's been all race long. Let's see what the gap goes down to.
There's the white flag. Here comes the 32. It's Briar Bauman on the Harley-Davidson. Dallas Daniels on the Yamaha. A couple of lappers just ahead. Daniels looking for the lead. Here they come onto the back straightaway. It's Briar Bauman. Daniels, one more shot. They go off into 3. There goes Briar. Briar's got the lead. His feet up on the pegs. Off turn number 4 for the final time. The 3-time Lima winner wins main event number 4 for his career on his 4th different brand. It is Briar Bauman taking the win.
The Progressive American Flat Track Series has been brought to you by the Cat Rental Store, the official heavy equipment supplier of Progressive American Flat Track, and by Royal Enfield, an official OEM partner of Progressive American Flat Track.
All right, Briar Bauman, that's the type of racing I think all of the fans here and watching on TV come to see. What a great race.
Yeah, that was a battle. It wasn't a battle. I got clean air, and to be up front, I didn't really want to do that tonight. I think it was harder to lead than it was to follow the second half of the race. You kind of were able to see what the guy was doing and maybe, inch up a little bit, and Dallas did that quick, man. He was, and you had famous saying a few more laps, he probably would have had me, but he didn't. So, man, I was going to win last night. I know I was, and the clutch went out, and I was pretty bitter. I wanted to win tonight really bad, and the Rick Ware Racing Parts Plus Latest Motors team did such a good job with this thing, so it's incredible.
Stuck with it and landed on top. That's our first place finisher for tonight. The number 3 of Briar Bauman.
What a ride by the 3s. Take a look at some replays from just a few moments ago. Briar gets a pretty good shot out of there. Maxwell had a good run and makes a bobble in turn number 2. Dallas Daniels took over the lead early. Maxwell hits a little bit of a bump right about there. And there goes the 44. He was looking for the lead. He was looking racy here tonight.
Robinson's had the sprint speed all weekend long, has not been able to translate that, unfortunately, to the long haul, but it's going to be Briar Bauman crossing the finish line just ahead of Dallas Daniels, getting it done for his 4th win here at the Lima Half-Mile.
All right, Dallas, great race for you as well, finishing in 2nd. It looked like you were on the hunt for that first position, that second half of the race.
Yeah, for sure. For whatever reason, like after the heat race, the dash and the main, I just didn't really have the raw speed that Brandon and Briar had. They just had just them few sprint laps at the beginning, and I just spot them a little bit too much time. And I figured that I wanted to get a really good start and try to get up in there, and it just was like I said, I just couldn't put down the laps at the beginning like I wanted to, and really kind of found some good lines there about mid-race. Felt like I was gaining a little bit, and then I lost, and then I made a big push towards the end, and felt like Briar's line was kind of going away. But man, that's a bummer. I felt like we were going pretty good tonight, but nothing to hang our head low about. We fought hard this weekend. We got the win last night and the second tonight, and we were coming on there strong towards the end. Briar keeps saying that I'm the guy to beat, but he's a 2-time champion for a reason, and he's proven it. So he's the guy to beat right now, and it doesn't really matter if we had a few more laps. We didn't, and we're never going to. So we need to figure out how to be better in the beginning.
Okay, thanks, Dallas Daniels. Appreciate that. Second place finisher for tonight, number 32, Dallas Daniels.
Let's take a look at the results from our main event number 2. Second night, I should say. Briar Bauman taking the win. Dallas Daniels 2nd. Brandon Robinson on the other Harley-Davidson is 3rd. Declan Bender, a career best finish of 4th. James Ott gets up to 5th. Trent Lowe, Jared Vandekoy, Dan Bromley, Maxwell, and Davis Fisher salvaging whatever points he could, gets all the way up to 10th.
Brandon, lots of visits to the podium this weekend, which means that there was obviously a lot of racing and a lot of fatigue with that as well. Great race out there, fought hard to keep that 3rd position.
Yeah, overall, solid weekend. We were 3rd best most of the weekend, and Man, Dallas and Briar put it on me tonight. I was there for a couple laps, and we kind of went with the same changes that we had in the challenge, and it just wasn't good for the long run. But regardless, man, those guys whooped my butt, and I was kind of in conservation mode there until Declan poked the wheel under me. I'm like, whoa, I better get going. This podium's in jeopardy. We're pretty far out there, but we're going to try to maintain that third and try to grab some wins here later in the season and claw ourselves back into this thing a little bit more.
Brandon, congrats again.
Let's take a look at the point standings here in our Mission Super Twins. It's the 3-bike. Briar Bauman now with his 4th win has a 10-point advantage over Dallas Daniels. Brandon Robinson still in 3rd. Davis Fisher 4th. Jared Vandekoy 5th. Trent Lowe, James Ott, Maxwell, Dan Brownlee, and Logan McGrain rounding out your top 10. The Ohio National never disappoints. Lima, the pea gravel was flying. We had Tom Drain, a perfect weekend on the 59 Estenson Yamaha. He won here last year. He's got the momentum. He's got this place figured out. In the Mission Super Twins class, Briar Bauman on the 3, winning his 4th Lima Half-Mile in his 4th different brand. On behalf of Colby Carlisle, Christy Lee, I'm Scotty Dibbler. We'll see you at Du Quoin.